For generations, Christians have debated one question. Does the rapture happen before the tribulation, in the middle, or after it? What if all three positions begin by asking the wrong question? What if Scripture gives us another marker for determining when the rapture happens, and Paul tells us exactly what it is? In 1 Corinthians chapter 15, Paul reveals what he calls a mystery. The dead will be raised. Those who are alive will be changed. And it happens suddenly, in the twinkling of an eye. But notice something. Paul doesn't only tell us how fast it happens, he also tells us when. He says it happens at the last trumpet. Those four words may completely change the way we study the rapture. Because Paul doesn't say, at the beginning of the tribulation. He doesn't say, at the midpoint. And he doesn't simply say, after the tribulation. He gives us a different marker, a trumpet. More specifically, the last trumpet. And that raises an obvious question. If there is a last trumpet, doesn't that suggest there are other trumpets before it? A sequence, a first, then another, and eventually the last. So instead of beginning with, where does the rapture fit inside the tribulation? Maybe we should first ask, where does the last trumpet occur in the biblical timeline? Because if Scripture identifies that trumpet, we may have a reference point that doesn't depend on choosing a prophetic position first. We follow the text and see where it leads. And this gets even more interesting when we compare Paul with the words of Jesus, because Jesus also describes a future gathering of his elect, and he also mentions a trumpet. Then Revelation gives us something even more significant. Not one trumpet, not two, but an entire sequence of trumpets leading to a final one. So here's the question we're going to investigate. When Paul said, the last trumpet, which trumpet was he talking about? Because the answer could change the entire rapture timeline. In part 2, we're going directly into 1 Corinthians 15, and we're going to examine what Paul really meant when he said, at the last trumpet.